In a prior video, I told you about what happens when an area owner isn't properly committed to the systems that we're putting in place. In this video, I'm going to tell you the opposite of that story, but from the same company in Oklahoma, a paper mill. This time at that paper mill, we were working in the paper mill side in the maintenance shop. Now, this was the second Kaizen event for 5S for their maintenance area. And two of the team members for the paper mill had already participated on the first 5S Kaizen event with our non-committed area owner. So they actually knew what to expect. What a world of difference. So I reviewed the prior event with my sponsors over on the mill side, who told me they wouldn't have those same issues because of having two team members from the prior event, and that they were ready to win. They were quite competitive, so that was pretty cool. From the kickoff, the mood was quite positive. Everybody was participating, and the team seemed to be excited about what they were about to do. So apparently, they had been given a preview, which is great. This is what we want leadership to do. We created a challenging goal like we did in the first event, which was to reduce find time by at least 75%. So our baseline was eight minutes to find things. Our goal is to get below 2 minutes. So that's a great reduction if we're able to do that. The other goals, of course, were safety, put in the proper standard work, and the sustainable systems, which would include area ownership. Now, there were two major areas to be worked on, and they were huge, and the clutter was just about overwhelming. But the team wasn't afraid of their challenge. They were ready to go after it. So by the second day, the changes were huge. You could see the floor, which we couldn't see on the first day, and major safety issues had been resolved. We dealt with some pretty interesting challenges, and I'm going to tell you, I can still picture it. We had to remove what we would call the kitty graveyard. It was actually inside. Nobody knew it existed, but we had to get rid of it. And there were some issues about personal toolboxes. We wanted to stay out of that area where you're telling people how to organize their personal stuff. But the team seemed ready to go beyond our scope, and so we dealt with it and they dealt with it. By the end of the fourth day, the transformation was stunning. Now it was time to see if we had beat or met our objectives, right? So we decided to hand out 6 random items to be found by people that either weren't on our team or had never been in the area. And all those people, the first 4, were able to find things well under 2 minutes. But then we found 2 people that knew nothing of the area. One was one of our high-level sponsors. The other was a production operator who had never set foot in the maintenance shop. Now, our high-level sponsor, he easily beat the time. In fact, he beat some of our prior times by our team members. So there was a little bit of competition going on, which was a lot of fun. But the second was more amazing because this production operator, the first thing he did was he walked into the wrong side of the area. And my team members wanted to say something, but I would not allow them to do it. No coaching allowed. He walked through the wrong area, took about 30 seconds, walked through, realized that the thing he was looking for wasn't there because everything was so well organized and labeled, walked into the proper area, opened up 3 cabinets until he found the thing he was looking for, brought it back to us, and still beat our goal of 2 minutes by quite a lot. So the team was really, really excited. Now, so excited that 2 team members stepped right up and said, I'd like to be the area owner for this area. And so we said, well, now how do we decide which one it should be? So they said, well, I'll tell you what. One of them took one of the rooms and the other took the other room. So we built area owner boards for both of them. What a difference. The report out was high energy. Everybody participated and it was extremely well attended. Our guests loved the report out, but were even more amazed when they walked through the space with the team to see the energy and the amazing transformation that had taken place. There was no way that anybody in the company will let things go back to the way they were. And I am convinced that it starts with that strong area ownership that will not allow us to fail. I hope you enjoyed this story, gained some insight, and learned something you can use. You'll find many more Kaizen stories on my website, www.pi-partners.com. If you'd like help growing your profits through sustained process improvement, scan the QR code on the screen for a free consultation, and let's start our journey together.